in a couple minutes late there. I'm here. It is a holiday, so today is President's Day. My daughter has the day off, and we are probably going to hit the park. And I wanted to hit on a few topics today. First, I have some knives on eBay that are doing fantastic. Fantastic for you guys and me because a few of them are not really getting up there like I like, but they got a lot of watchers. So I don't know. It's kind of hit or miss here. Like I said, I win some and I lose some. So we can take a look at a few knives here. Let me refresh my screen, make sure that I'm getting, y'all are hearing me correctly. We're going to be taking a look at one of these really nice GECs also. This is on eBay right now. This is a GEC open house, 1 of 5, and this was in 2008 when these things first came out. Second year of production in 2008. These are the 23s. These are probably the most beautiful knives that GEC made, and I mean, it's just, I can't even believe that they made something like this. When they first came out, this is the knife that made everyone go crazy. This is the knife that we got to buy it, and then of course the Stag also, the mini version of these was really popular also. Incredible half stop, and then also a liner lock. I know it looks really thin, and that's because it's a liner lock. Isn't that cool? So it doesn't really have very many moving parts, but it's very effective. And it's just a really beefy, solid knife made with the old machinery from back in the old days. And right now, let's take a look at the pricing on that. Let's see where she sits on eBay. I think it's about $285, $295. All right, $295. We have 29 watchers on this. 29 people are standing around and watching this. So this is an incredible knife. Don't be silly, guys. Put your dream bid. I'm telling you, I have all the documentation right here in this little envelope. I've got production numbers. I've got distributor pricing, which is pretty interesting, proving that all this is this, and a copy of the original receipt. I spent like $1,200. I went to the open house knife show. I took my daughter there. Christine saw my wife pregnant. Christine saw my daughter when she was an infant. Christine saw my daughter when she was old enough to hold a knife. So it's kind of neat. Now she doesn't work there anymore. So it was pretty cool. So it was just one of those things that I really enjoyed doing, is going up to their open house and purchasing these incredible knives. Am I keeping a few? Absolutely. I have a few that are my favorite. I have just a ridiculous amount of knives in my personal collection. I still have inventory. And we will go through some of that inventory on another video, but this is what excites me. I'm not really at that point where I'm going to be selling knives like that. I'm just fine-tuning my collection. In honor of Tony Bowes, he passed away this last year, and here's a Tony Bowes excuse me. What year was this made? 2005. Just a beauty. This is at almost $500 right now, and well deserved. This is a really smooth operating one. I don't know if you can see this, really smooth. These are really hard to adjust. It's really easy to mess it up. This is one of the knives that Tony Bowes would actually come to the factory and really gave a lot of training on. It's just a lot of work in here. There's a lot of moving parts. And here, I can show that to you. People are bidding and the pictures have already been taken. So I like to be very gentle with my knives, because this knife is no longer mine, because it's up for auction. You can see in there, but all those intricate parts have to line up absolutely perfectly. And they just do such a fine job. All these blades have half stops. What's the purpose behind the half stop is it's an extra step, it's an extra feature of the knife, and it's a safety feature, so the blade doesn't come slamming back on your finger when you're trying to close it. All right, now this is a lock. This does not have a half stop. No need for it. You have the lock, so no need for that safety measure. Just a beautiful knife. Look at that, guys. Comes with your carrying pouch, and this carrying pouch is actually signed by Tony Bowes, which is incredible. Don't be afraid. Niner cards. I caught it. All right, cool. And hey, thank you very much for your comment. Keep the comments rolling. I'm checking them. Check this out. I had Tony Bowes sign this particular. And I actually have a video on YouTube, me talking to Tony Bowes, and it might be the day I picked this up. And this is a leather pouch that comes with the knife, with all your paperwork and box, original box. But just a really good tribute to an incredible man. This is my favorite pattern that he did, and I have 3 versions of this particular knife. The other 2 are Damascus, and I might put up one of those for sale, but obviously one of them I will keep because I am fine-tuning my collection. Sorry guys, I'm fine-tuning my collection. So I'm just not keeping everything. I can't. It's just, that's the opening picture. All this is, yeah. I'm getting older. Sometimes when we're young and, you know, we just start buying stuff, and the cool thing is I really enjoy selling knives, and I really enjoy making videos of knives, and maybe possibly in the future going to people's, meeting up with folks and doing videos on their collections, which would be incredible. What am I wearing? This is my favorite knife right here that I'm wearing. This is actually my personal Bravo 1. Pretty cool, huh? It's got a fire steel, and this holds the fire steel in place. You just pull it out. It comes off like this. It's just your standard little fire steel, right? And that goes into that little, this is a McFrifree. I can't even say his name right. I have the paperwork on him, but this is a combination of Kydex and leather, which is my favorite type of sheath because you get the snap. See how that closes? And that locks in place. And then you have your, and then that is a real Damascus bead. Those are actually like $100. I forget, some custom knife maker makes that. And you can see how it snaps in place like that. This comes out. This is a really nice Bravo 1. I really like the knife. Fantastic blade. Pretty cool. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting's not the best today because it's a really cloudy, gloomy day. I guess the whole country's like that. Really great knife though. All right. All right, so we're gonna check out another one. This Bulldog knife. This is an incredible knife. This is a $300 knife. Right now, this is sitting under $100. This knife is beautifully made. It's German made. Now, out of all my things, I am a big fan of German made knives. I think that they're the best. And please forward this video to all your knife buddies. This is a really cool. If anybody's starting to collect, or whatever, look at the gorgeousness of this knife, guys. Look at this. German made, all the beautifulness on the back. Recessed joints, so it goes in and out of your pocket real nice. Everything's all lined up. Let's look at one of the blades. And this is our best, made with the German hammer forged steel. Look at that blade. All those blades are like that. All these blades are double stamped. So you have a Bulldog stamp. If you know anybody with a pit bull, this is about as cool as you can get. You cover that, you turn that over, and on the underside, it'll tell you it's Bulldog brand, Germany, etc., etc. Where's the other one that says the, oh, here it is. Here's the other style blade, and you have 2 of each of these blades. Look at that edge. Look at how the light catches that edge. Not a nick in that sucker. This is absolutely beautifully made. Look at that beautifulness right there, how it comes to the end. None of that ugliness of standard knives. And then it has your same See, everything has a half stop also. See, I don't have to worry about it slamming on my fingers and bleeding out in front of all you guys. Another one with the Bulldog stamp. And then check it out, we turn it over, and on the other side, so I don't want to mess this up, it says English 1985 steel. And that's because this is a first generation Bulldog. You can find all this stuff in these books right here. I might have not finished that sentence, but I'm not going to repeat myself. And this is Pocket Knife Trader's Price Guide Volume 8. Don't want to mess that up for you guys. I have posted a picture of all 4 of these books on my Facebook. Go to my Facebook, hit the follow button, and there's a picture of all of these. So you can go to Amazon and pick them up. Fantastic blades. Goes over everything. It goes all over the Bulldog knives, the case knives. Then if you want to check out something about Winchester, Queen, Remington, older case knives, have really good pictures. Check out these pictures of these beautiful cell knives. Enough commercials. I'll do a few more commercials of my knives, but let me teach a little bit, okay, guys? This is Parker's pocket. Okay, why do I like this particular one? I can always, for some reason, if I find a knife, there's a picture of it in here. I mean, look at these suckers. A few really nice glossy pictures too. It goes over the old Remington knives. Okay, so great book. You can find this book on eBay. You can find it on also Amazon. And I haven't done the links where I make money. Maybe I should. Maybe. I really promote this book. And then the next one that you'll see is Groin's Encyclopedia of Cutlery Markings, which are another favorite of mine. And I'll show you pictures of your markings, and it'll tell you the history of that company. All right, enough of that. Of course, Levin's. Come on, guys. All right, go to the Facebook page, click it. My 4 highest recommended books to expand your knowledge of knives. So am I the most knowledgeable knife guy in the entire universe? I heard I might be. No, I'm absolutely not. AAPK is an incredible website. That's a club you can join. Tell them I sent you. That'd be awesome. I mean, give me some credit. Go there, AAPK. And if you like traditional pocket knives, tell them that Doggo Running sent you. What's my name on there? Is it? Oh my goodness, I don't even know. Anyway. Go there and tell them that Doggo Running sent you, and that's incredible. And then you can ask any question you want. You can also do individual research on all these, okay? That's where I learn everything from, those guys. Those are the smart guys. They're like twice my age, too. They better be smarter, all right? And you better be humble. All right, this is another one that's on this website on eBay right now. This is about a little bit over $300 right now. This is a 1 of 1. Bang! All right, first year of production, I believe, right? That book's in the boxes. Sorry. And that's what AAPK is for. And this is just an amazing knife, beautiful. Again, I'm going to be very careful with it. Incredible half stop, very thin, pocket friendly, very popular knife. And look at that. I don't know if I can show you how incredible these scales are, but look at those suckers. Absolutely beautiful. Look, see how like a luminescence, it kind of like catches the light. Well, it does the same thing when you take it out of your pocket or when you hold it in the light or the sun catches it. It is an absolute, this is the replacement for Cell. Cell is incredible. Cell makes beautiful knives even more beautiful. Cell is a material that was man-made. that tends to, you know, and ruin a knife. This will not ruin your knife. This is incredible looking. So smooth. None of those rub marks. Oh man, beautiful. Really want to be careful with this. There we go. Oh, nice. I'm really holding it. I don't want to drop it. Very expensive knife. Right centered, beautiful. Woo! Beauty. What would happen if I dropped it? If I had damaged it, whoever won it, I would inform them and I'd give them a discount. I don't want anybody to return to nothing. I have a 100% return policy. 60-day return policy. Yeah. I mean, come on. And the knife community is pretty small, so if people just don't rip me off, and I'm not going to rip them off, and we're trying to, I might see you at the blade show. That's the last thing I want to do is have someone, take me out back. All right, so hey, we've got these Hibbard and Bartlett knives. A lot of debate about these. These, I'm going to tell you, you go to AAPK, you type in these knives, Hibbard, and what you find is, yes, these are probably a run that was done in the 80s, all right? And these are a set, and these are legit. I purchased these at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. There we go. Bop, 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 bop. And there's the original receipt for the whole set. Okay, so I have the original receipt for the whole set that I bought at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And the set is, it's on eBay. If you want it, you got to get all three to get the set. But you got buffalo horn. Oh, it's got a shield too. Let me bring that light closer. Sorry, guys. Let me really concentrate on holding this for you. Get my glasses on. Okay, you got buffalo horn. Look at that. Same color as my shirt, so it's kind of like a gray color. Really beautifully done, fitted great. Walk and talk of this particular one, 10 of 10. Great job, great job. Same thing with the Pearl, walk and talk is 10 of 10. The Mammoth, no. So I'm going to show you that defect so you guys don't make a mistake and you bid accordingly. Here's that Pearl. How do you know it's Pearl? It's really cold to the touch. So you put it to your face. That's really sensitive for some people. Your hands, possibly, but your face, you can really feel it. And Pearl just retains that coldness. Really nicely done, perfectly fitted. Walk and talk's beautiful. I'm not going to open these up. These are just really beautifully done. I will show you this Mammoth ivory. There was some debate that it's possibly not Mammoth ivory, or it could be. I put my doubts and my thoughts in the listing. You guys can bid accordingly. I'm not a dishonest guy. There's no capillaries in this. Okay, no capillaries mean it ain't bone. I can't see no capillaries. It is smooth, baby smooth. It's also not uniform. Okay, it's not uniform, so it's not a man-made material. So white would be white, and it wouldn't have this yellow white streak going through it, which tells me it's some sort of natural material. So it's not bone. And I'm looking at this set, and we have gray bone, which is top shelf material, right? Not black bone, right? And then you have pearl, which is top shelf material, right? And then we have, what are we missing? A Mammoth ivory, right? So that's just how I come to the conclusion. There's other people out there that know more than me, like a knife maker. But it's beautiful. Look how that's fitted. Now it does have a lazy blade, and I'll show you that lazy blade. See how it moves? See how it's right there? See that? See that? A little lazy. Okay, but it locks out good, see? Locks out good. Closes kind of whatever. But, great ADC or whatever. I mean, it's a Mammoth ivory. I mean, bid accordingly, guys. I put that all in the listing. You know, it is what it is. I don't want to return, so please bid accordingly and read. But great knife. Beautiful knives. I paid $300 for the set, so I paid $100 each. I figured these things are worth about $200 a piece, as good as they're made compared to case knives. So that's why I thought $300 at the time was a great deal. So, but you know, a lot of people don't know about that brand, so I don't know how that's going to go. A lot of watchers on it. So I see that I got a comment. Let me follow up on that. Bark River, right? Yep, that's a Bark River. Absolutely. Beautiful Bark River. Love it. Absolutely love it. Snaps right in. You don't have to worry about it. How much of that coffee have you drank? You're all giddy. Oh, dude. I drink a full Juggaruza. I start at 3 o'clock in the morning and I go until about noon. And after I've done whatever I'm doing in my cave, then I socialize with my family. Yeah. So sometimes I'm in here, I am studying for my house. So I still need to do some electrical work. So I do all stuff, you know, basic wiring. I'll study that. I'll get on the internet. I will look through my blueprints. I will order stuff because I have to build my house also. So my primary thing is building that house. You know, man, and then I'm going crazy because a lot of people are locked down. And even if you're not locked down, I'm in California. So it's, you know, whether you believe it or not, you know, it was not bad before, but it is now. And so because I got a friend that works in a hospital, and there's no beds, there's no nothing. So if you do get hurt, bad or not, you're going to San Francisco or some other place. So believe what you want, but right now in California, we're pretty much, you know, and I got to take care of my mom who's really high risk. So we're pretty much, you know, I do a lot of walking and I do a lot of working. A lot of walking, working, hiking, bike riding, and we just kind of stick to ourselves and family. That's about it. And I built a house, man. It's been absolutely nuts out here. You've mentioned fake GEC knives exist. Doing a video on what to look for would be helpful. Yes, I have a buddy that's very, very knowledgeable in that. And yes, there are a lot of fake GEC knives. Why? Because this knife is probably going to sell for around $500. So it'd be really easy to try to fake that serial number and maybe stamp a few blades. There was a lot of knife makers in Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of knife makers that are out of work. So yeah, if you're going to buy a GEC knife, I recommend you buy it from me. TSA Knives is another good one. I'll recommend him. Who's another one? If I don't recommend you, sorry. Knives Ship Free, I remember he was pretty good. I don't know for sure anymore. It was a long time ago. You know, I don't want to tell my competitors. Now, those are competitors. Those are very large, you know, knife groups. Myself, I let it ride. I give you guys the best documentation. I guarantee my knives. I'm here. If there's a problem, I'm going to make sure you're happy. And I put them on eBay, and you bid on them, and you know you're getting a good product. When you're dealing with other people, I can't guarantee that. And I'm here to tell you that I'm going to do a video one day of all the knives that are full of regrets. All the knives that I bought without knowing what the hell I was doing. All the knives where I didn't really think my collection through, and you're sitting there looking at like $1,000 of something that you don't know what to do with. You don't have an eBay channel like me. I mean, I'm a power seller. I mean, I put it on there, it's going to sell. So you don't want to make those bad choices. You don't want to get a knife and find out that it has a lazy blade, which no one tells you except for me. And I'm going to tell you they don't tell you. Hey, maybe you do. Maybe you're a knife seller and you do that. Great. That's fantastic. But it happens too much. So all I can do is say for myself. And if I miss something, send it back. I don't want anybody unhappy. I never want to be on that list of regrets for anybody, which sucks. It sucks. It really does. Like, you're like, son of a gun, man. It's like, or you're like a lazy blade. You're like, or like something just so obvious that he could have told you about. Or you know darn well that that was in his collection. He's getting rid of it because he doesn't like it. I'm not getting rid of it because I don't like it. I got 6 of them. That's why. I don't need 6. All right, is it my favorite? No, I'm keeping my 2 favorites. My 2 favorites, which are my 2 favorites? I am gonna do a video on those. Yes, my 2 favorite GEC knives. Yes, they're 1-of-1s. Both of them, 1-of-1, 1-of-1. Incredible stories behind them. We're talking epic stories, incredible stories that even me, when I found out about them, gave me goosebumps. They were in the book that I bought. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I've got one of those knives. So GEC just, man, they really just, you know, hit things out of the park because they do special stuff and they get people excited. Now, I've heard some things about this year that make me not too happy, but that could be just rumor mill. I don't know. A lot of times people get upset because knife companies start charging what the knife's worth. I don't know. I don't know. So I throttled back on my collecting. I'm working on my house, and I know a lot about my personal inventory and collection, and that's where I stick it. And I got a lot in my collection, though. So we're going to look at another knife. What are we going to do here? So, oh, I have boxes also for that nice Bulldog that I showed you. All the tubes and paperwork for both of those knives that I showed you. That's important. There are a lot of fakes. There are an awful lot of fakes out there. I could skim through eBay and I could see fakes that people are bidding on right now. It drives me nuts. It just drives me nuts. But people get away with it. Do I have any fakes? No. Have I paid too much for a knife? Absolutely. Hilariously. Like, I mean, this dude saw me coming, man. Heart beating, sweat pouring down. Oh yeah, this is an old knife. I think it's from like World War something, blah, blah, blah. You know, I didn't know nothing. I overpaid for this. We will go, one day will do a video on that. I can't find that particular blade. I know it's here too. I probably wrapped it in a sock. Probably the best place for it. Just a bunch of bad memories. But you don't want those in your collection. So let me see. All right, no more comments. That's cool. We still got more to talk about. All right, to my right, we have a whole lot of knives. And that was the image that you guys saw earlier. And that was the image that probably attracted you to this video. So what we'll do is we're gonna move this over here. Yep, this table gets deconstructo. All right, what we'll do is we'll bring this. Now, yes, this is the knife roll. A lot of people are very familiar with the knife roll. The knife roll constantly gets changed. Some things have never moved from this knife roll. All right, so I'm gonna show you a few of my favorite knives, and we'll do some story time, I think. And story time should be incredible because these knives. Oh, we got this. We got one more. These knives are really good, man. I could put these over here. Okay. So I'm surrounded. You can't really see it, but I have what's called a buffet of knives around me. If these were sausages, I'd be at like Denny's breakfast buffet, or like your boyfriend. All right, got this full of Navy jokes. All right, so this first knife that I would never sell is the knife that my brother gave me. This is the last gift that my brother gave me, and this knife is a Moormaker Stag. Absolutely incredible. Matching. Now, this is made by Queen. So Queen makes some knives for other companies. And check out this master blade. Look at that beautiful shape on that. Just so pretty. This is a real full-size trapper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to compare the size of this one with a 1970s case Razor XX. Okay, let me see which one's bigger. Same size. So these two are the same size. And we all know how big case is. All right, nice case trapper. I do have two of these. I am preparing to possibly give someone an offer on the other one. These have been in my collection for a long time. You might know who I'm talking about, but these are just absolutely beautiful. Will I pick my favorite? Well, yeah, my favorite, but my favorite might not be your favorite. And it really doesn't matter because they are both absolutely beautiful. Nickel silver bolsters and liners. Just worry-free collection items. You wipe them down and you put them in your knife roll and you just don't have to worry about them because they just stay beautiful and just a really great knife. I wouldn't consider these red bone. Sorry. I wouldn't consider these red bone, but I would consider these like a dark red. Real pretty. Really, really pretty. A lot of people sell it as red bone, and it is pretty. It's very popular, so yeah. But it's not rare. Red bone is, oh darn. Red bone's over there. I have one red bone. Red bone's pretty nice. Let me see. Oh. No, I can't get to it, but I got a few other knife rules. Here's one that I really like. This is a Remington Barlow boy's knife. One of my favorites. Really like this knife. Real pretty. Has a real nice half stop, but of course it does, because it's a functioning, made-to-use knife, you know. And real nice etch. You know, it's got the Remington logo right there. It's got some nice heft to it. Looks like it's got nickel silver or steel construction throughout. And just a really nice scales of some sort of man-made material, it looks like. And just a really nice knife. I like that small pin at the end of the bone too. Instead of just using a standard size rivet, they sized it down for a more appropriate need. I mean, that's just a well thought out knife. You know, back then they made things not easy, but better. But we make things less complex in the factory. So they wouldn't, you know, nowadays we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't have an extra small rivet to hold the bone on in the front. We would either eliminate it completely by moving one of these other two rivets, possibly gluing it, or just having 3 rivets of the same size. And so that's that small rivet right at the top that I'm talking about, right by my index finger. And that's what's neat about old knives, is that you'll see things like that. You'll be like, you know, they get rid of that. They get rid of things like awkward things, like maybe like a Barlow, like a Queen Barlow, like the Big Chief, right? It's got this interesting double whammy lockout. That just gives it a little bit more strength. And when you bring it back, you can see it kind of pops and moves with the knife. Just avoid looking at my nose and like that. Nice, huh? Really cool knife. And of course, it's an older knife, so it's going to have a half stop, which makes it where you can close it one-handed. Right? Can't do that with a knife that is newer. Here's another Queen prototype stag. And oh, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the compliment. And of course, this also has a half stop, which allows you to close it one-handed. You can't do that with a knife that doesn't have that half stop, because it's going to flop over center and it's going to bite you one time, and they'll bite you pretty good. So it's something to be conscious of. I'm going to wipe these down. I always like to wipe down my knives before I put them back in my knife roll. You know, pearl knives are really nice. Here's a knife that's probably worth well in the $1,200 range. I showed that off the other day ago. And I have quite a few pearl knives. One, again, I told you guys about German knives. This German Bulldog knife, this one was actually made in Seki, Japan for Bulldog, and you can actually take it apart. It's got screws. It's pearl. It's real pearl too. You put it to your face, it's nice and cool. And then the other side, you can see it was machined where it actually screws into the frame. You can actually take these blades out. They have half stops, again, a safety feature. Interesting blade styles, right? How cool is that? And then they pop all the way out, right? Really good blade for like an animal lover, maybe a female that enjoys the pit bull breed, because you can see it's got two fighting pit bulls, and they're not hurting each other, they're just rolling around, right? And this one's stamped Bulldog brand, and then Bulldog brand, and it's not etched with origin, but it is made in Japan. And I didn't know, I was like, what is this? This is a fake Bulldog knife? It just looks different. It doesn't look like a German knife. And I was like, but it's really made incredible. It's like the fit and finish is, I would say like incredible, like a Spyderco or something, or nice. And then you do a little research and you find out that Japan made it for them. You know, a lot of knives that would just surprise you with their quality. You know, like this giraffe bone mini trapper from Bulldog. These things are so hard to make, these miniature ones. So Jersey Knife Guy says, I've been heavily getting into Stratton Morgan knives. What's your opinion on picking them up? Stratton Morgan's really good. It depends who's making them at the time. You know, if it's of outstanding quality, I jump on those types of runs. But the problem is sometimes they just let you down a little bit. A good example is that here's a knife that was made by Canal Street. And Canal Street's an old company. I mean, this is a really nice company. But they did a run for our club. And I just wasn't impressed with the fit and finish, the blade shape. I mean, this is the one I got after I returned one. I just said, you know what, I really want one of these knives for our website, but I just couldn't live with the quality. This Canal Street had such an opportunity to provide our club 100 beautiful knives, and in my opinion, they messed it up. Now this is back in the 2000s. 2009. So maybe it's better. Maybe they're better. It's hit or miss. You got to be careful. Like I said, you don't want to waste your money, because a lot of people don't want to pay for this because they know it wasn't a popular knife. They didn't do it good. It's kind of like they just, oh, I got the name. That's messed up. Like I got, I mean, the quality of this is not, it's not up to par. And this is after I returned one. Canal Street. And that was, our club fell victim of that. So if, like I said, if it looks good, what do you think? I've been picking up new in the box, Stratton Morgan. All right, Stratton Morgan's probably made by Queen, correct? If it's made by Queen, yeah, I'd pick them up. I absolutely would. Because when people run out, because it's any knife that's made in Pennsylvania, I would say is going to increase in value. This is some inside information. Is it inside information? This is my opinion. Because when GEC stops, they're going to look for an alternative. And GEC, you know, they've been going for a long time. I don't know if they're going to keep on going. Maybe their quality is going to drop significantly. It's really tempting for a company to kind of, you know, go through periods of maybe bad management or someone that's a little bit lazy. It's easy to be lazy when everything's running really good and you just kind of, you don't understand how you got to that point. Like you don't understand like the reason you were so successful is because you serialized the numbers correctly and you kept good, accurate numbers and you didn't hook up your friends or all these different things. Everything matters when it comes to a company, and when it switches management or someone dies, sometimes someone comes in, they don't understand how it was built, and it's those little things that destroy it for maybe 8 or 10 years. So when I see something like that or I hear, I watch. And you'll see the quality start to decline, unfortunately, I think. But that's just chatter, you know. I don't want to be a chatterbox. You know, proof's in the pudding, you know. I think knives are popular for many reasons. More makers are popular because I think, honestly, it's a nice slender knife that reminds people of the slenderness, sleekness, and sexiness of your 1970s case knife. And I think this Master Blade, look at that sucker. It's gorgeous. Whether or not it's useful or not, it's beautiful. The shape is amazing. And Case did the same thing with their Trapper. And it has nothing to do with how useful it is. It's just how beautiful it is. Just the shape and everything about it. So when it comes to what's going to be popular, what do you think is going to be popular? A knife with a Master Blade that looks like this, like a duckbill? Or a knife run that looks like this? You might get one good one, but most of them like this. And that will hurt that reputation of that knife, and it's just not going to get that cult following or retain its value. Any more maker, if you can get it at a good price, I sold a bunch of them here for in the $50 range. They're going to probably go up in value, or they're going to be a valued thing to carry in your pocket. It's going to be something that when you whip it out at the blade show, people aren't, dude, it's one of these, you know? But I just get so depressed when, I mean, this is obviously not a knife maker that made that. That does not look good. That does not look good. It looks like I dropped it. And I don't mean to complain, but when you're investing in knives and you're thinking about putting your money in it, because right now this is hard times. People need to make money. This helps pay for everything I want to do in my life. You know, we need to make sure that we're making, you know, the best decisions for that. What do you think about, so Eric says, what do you think about Case Trapper Lock Kickstart? Wanting to get my hands on one, but hard to justify the asking price. The Trapper Lock has a very good following. Trapper Lock is a very good knife because it really hides both sides very well, where some knives don't do that. Do you understand what I'm showing you right there? Notice how this side is protected very well and this side is not. And that's why this particular knife, awesome knife, K-bar, beautiful, does not have a cult following. I love it personally, and I overlook that defect or that lack of thought. All right, but that's why it's not a $110. So everything has a following for a reason. The Copper Lock has a very good design. I used to have one. I don't think I have it anymore. I can't remember. I'm trying to think about something that I could show you. But the copper lock does really good on hiding both sides. It fits in and out of your pocket really well. It has a very good blade that's attractive. Whether or not Case will continue to make them good, I don't know. I don't know what the expense is. I don't know how difficult they are to make. And that's another thing that talks about longevity, or if they're going to cut the production. I don't have them here, but I have some whittlers, like the split back whittler. Any split back whittler that you see that you can find at a reasonable price, I would obtain. That's a really good collection to have, because a lot of companies aren't doing that, except for Queen every once in a while. So, but no, I would actually invest in more 1970s case knives, or watch a channel like mine and learn about a particular brand that's attractive to you and start investing in it. Bruckmann knives eventually are going to hit prices that I think are going to be obscene. And that's because Russell has these in his catalog. He has little ones like this for $300. Okay, I have this one that's just, I've never seen this. It's like one of a kind Bruckmann. It's absolutely incredible. Perfect condition. I've never seen or felt knives that are built better than this. I can't see how these aren't going to increase in value. The only reason that they're not very expensive is because a whole bunch of them were found in a factory untouched. That's it. Once these quantities get limited, I think it's just a really nice investment, something that will always, pull a good price. Case knives will always pull a good price unless you buy them brand new, unfortunately. My MTech collection has far more value than your traditionals collection. Oh, I agree, absolutely. When it comes to, I have a Spyderco collection, Benchmade collection. Those are really expensive. They do have a lot of value. They have a lot of appeal. Someone that has a YouTube channel talking about just those gets a lot more shares, a lot more likes. But I don't carry those knives. When I was in the military, I did. My 21, my 2550, the automatic, I still carry. I don't know, especially in California. I mean, I don't need it. I'll never stab anybody. I run pretty fast. I carry a little Swiss Army knife. I probably have it somewhere on me around here. And that's why, because to do this, you have to have energy. You got to do what you love, not what's profitable, honestly. Really. Yeah. And the reason I like this is because there's a lot of history. I mean, it's just so incredible, the history behind this. I think the knives are just so neat to look at. I mean, that's pretty awesome. The Stag, it's just a really nice knife. They're fun to look at. I like it. I like the rarity of them. But MTech's is beautiful. Could those go down in value? They could. China is making better knives every day, and some of those knockoffs are pretty good. Is that affecting the price of the American blades? I don't know. Could it? Sure. So I don't know. When it comes to art and antiques, your money, I think, is pretty safe here. But I know my Spyderco's gone way up in value. I think I have a little Spyderco that I bought for $125 that sucker sells for $400 on eBay now. I forget which brand which name it is. Yeah, it is really crazy. Why? Well, a lot of these K-bars, once they become popular, aren't made in America anymore. So they go to Taiwan, and they pull the same price in the supermarket or wherever you buy them at. So if you want the better made USA one, yeah, you need to go back. You need to pay extra for that. You need to be like, ATF here. ATF goes, ooh, that's a really nice MTech. Oh, they only made 100 of those? Oh, shoot. I'm going to get like 3 of them, So, I mean, something like that probably goes up in value in like a year later, probably when the next one comes out. I got this one and last year's. I'll say you both. For more than I paid for them. I mean, you know, and people will do it. Sorry about that. And people will do it, you know, because they want it. I want it. I'm willing to, dude, I'm willing to, if someone's going to wait in line for me, I'm going to do it. Why not? Sure. You know? Yeah, but that's the art of, I mean, if I had a podcast, it'd be so awesome if someone was here with me. I interview people pretty well too, and that'd be great. I would love to look at somebody's collection. After all this COVID is over with, that's kind of my idea, is to take a look at people's collections, film them, we could look at them, discuss them. Wow, that'd be incredible. Like, there's collections out there, and I've seen them. And if I can convince people, we can do it where we can hide your location. I'm good at security. We can figure something out. I gotta think this one out, you know? Yeah. I hope you talk about Jersey knife guy. The old man is getting confused. Oh my goodness. Boy, you're stuck in this state like me, buddy. I tell you. Yeah, I love it. Oh, so check this out. So we got little knives like this. This one has nitrolene written on it. Little leather pouch. These are kind of cool. Inside of this sucker, so kind of, it'd be something someone would put in their little purse or something. Look how shiny that is, huh? Really nicely done. So check this out. What can you do with this? Let me see. Ooh, it's got a nice blade on it. Nice blade, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. And we got another small blade on the end. Check that out. Now this is where it gets kind of cool, because we don't have anything like this anymore. Look at the roundness and the thickness of that. That's your nail file. So you got a little file here, and then you got like a little groove where you can get your finger in that groove, you know. Nice and thick, beautiful. So yeah, I really like that old stuff. I think it's really cool. I have a few of my, I can't reach my, you know, I'll show those next live. I'm going to bring out some of my tactical stuff. I got some cool tactical stuff. Another favorite of mine is keen cutters. Any wood model, wood is, you know, beautiful. And it kind of gets harder over time and denser and just, you know, kind of, and it has a really nice feel to it. This keen cutter is a really nice, of course, a nice half stop, but look, you got that beautiful construction on this one. There we go. Okay, so you got brass liners on this one. Check that out. Really nice blade on this. I mean, oh man, it's so nice. Just look at how it's shaped. And look at this. I don't even know how they got this shield so perfect. I'm going to show you this shield. I'm going to show you that shield. And I'll show you a current one. Okay. This is how they do shields now. They kind of like carve it out and they set it in there. And if I wanted to, I could probably get my nail in there, right? All new ones. It don't matter what you're looking at. Case, same thing. You can kind of find it, right? Check out these keen cutters. They're just so smooth. It's like the shield is rounded part of the wood. I don't know how they did that, because normally the wood would get worn first. You understand what I'm saying? The wood would get worn first, and then you'd still have this shield sticking up. Maybe it's a different material, or maybe the wood is just really hard. I have no clue how they did that. but they don't do that with current production knives. And it's those little things that old knives have that just make them really special. Here's another one. See that? How perfectly it's in there. It's part of the wood. It's an older knife. It's got, look at the swedge it's got. Now, if you want a swedge like that looks like that, you're going to have to go to the Tony Bose series or GEC to get that. You're not going to get that with a case knife. Huge long nail nick, incredible half stop. And this is a Camillus. Oh, this is an old Camillus. This is just gorgeous. Look at that old knife, man. That is sweet. That is a sweet knife. That's like out of the Sears catalog. Absolutely amazing, folks. All right, your thoughts on the TC15 craze? It's bullshit to me. TC15 craze? Expand on that, please. I'm not familiar. It's not ringing a bell for me. If you don't answer me, I'll look it up later and I'll figure it out. You know, Google your stuff and talk about it tomorrow. I bought that Queen Brian Yellow Horse Splitback from you. A beautiful knife at a good price. I'm so happy that one of my subscribers got it. Yeah, I remember you contacted me. That was a beautiful knife. Absolutely beautiful. And I tell you, like I said, if you want good knives, you come to me. There's just too many good knives out there. I inspect real fast. I'm hyper. I stay up all night. I go to these pawn shops. I buy them all. Everything. And I'll get these guys down. You know, I go nuts. They can't keep up with me. Woo! It's like a freeway for them. And that's what I do for you. And if they're not really good, I just get rid of them. I really do. I sell them in boxes or lots. You know, because in all honesty, there's not very many knives out there that are worth a lot of money. There's just, most of them are, even if they're nice, unappreciated knives. I should do a video on that. I've got some knives that are just totally unappreciated, that are made by incredible companies. I mean, this was made by Winchester. You can get these for $25 on eBay. It's just by the bucket loads. So go out, buy 100 of them, tell people about it, explain why they're valuable. You know, you got time to do that. There's a lot of knives that people overlook that just drive me nuts. You know, because there's a lot of knives that just aren't very good that people pay a lot of money for. So prices are insane on eBay. Yeah, they really are, but the reason why is there's only a few really good sellers, me being one of them. I get top dollar in a lot of cases. Sometimes I don't, but I'm very honest in my listings, and people are starting to pick up on that, start to pay off. I used to be like, hey, you might get it for a good price. I don't know I could say that anymore, because there's enough people that know that I put everything, you know, and I'm just mentioning it. You know, because, you know, if it's something that doesn't make you feel good, I'm going to tell you, you know. I don't have anything that doesn't make you really feel good, you know. If it's junk and if I can't describe its defect, it needs to go away. It was probably a bling, or it's probably not ever meant to be, you know, on the market, you know, and you just get rid of it. It's not worth money. It's not worth ripping somebody off. It's just not worth it. And then a lot of times, if it like the one I'm trying to sell, the Mammoth Ivory, a lot of times people end up paying more because you'll tell them, hey, use it as an EDC. I do the same thing because in the back of my head, especially with those tactical knives that, you know, ATF was talking about, I never want to use them. You know, I'm so afraid. They're $300-400. They're beautiful. I mean, and they're really hard to resharpen. You know, I know how to resharpen them because I've been sharpening forever, but they're still difficult. They're hard. I can turn almost any of these knives back to new. You know, but when it comes to like these laser, oh man, you can even mess up the coating. Oh, I've done that. You know, like on a Benchmade that had a beautiful coating on it, And I was using my diamond, you know, doing my normal ding, ding, ding here. One mistake, all the way across it. So I'm afraid to use it. I'm afraid to use a $400 or $500 knife because at that point, who's going to buy a knife with a big scratch across it? Very hard to keep them looking nice. These I can keep looking beautiful very easily and resell them or pass them on. And you know, so for me, I use them and I like to really play with them a lot, you know. I wish you sold better quality pieces. You need some Frost cutlery blades. Oh, dude, you're totally right. I have this great knife for you. And I saved this knife for special occasions. I will sell you this for $99.99. It's a beautiful, and this is Russian wood. I want you to look at this Russian wood. Notice how it's multiple layers. That is from Russia, guys. Beautiful imported Russian laminated wood of multiple colors. And then this one right here, I believe this is mercury dime, which a mercury dime would be silver. So like if you're a prepper or something, this should just like be one of them keywords that you like. See, mercury dime, silver for emergencies. And then this one, you could skin a goat with that or something. So beautiful blade. Let me know. I mean, you pull that sucker out at a party. Yeah, that is actually Russian wood. They invented that ugly stuff. Oh, it's nasty. You'd see that on them Pakistani blades. You'd see that on your gun show blades. You go there to the gun show and be some Pakistan sword with Russian wood on it. It's because they invaded their country. They got to know each other real well. And you know, entrepreneurs will be entrepreneurs while they're killing each other. It's like, nice wood. You're like, oh yeah. And they trade some wood, and next thing you know is it ends up on some of their stuff. It's kind of cool. So, all right, well, hey, I gotta go. The battery on my phone is about to die. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, cool. Have a good holiday, and hasta la vista. Thanks for the participation, and yeah, ATF, dude, do some videos. I'm gonna put my bell notifications on for ATF, Jersey's guys, all these guys, and that way I know, because it's really hard to find each other. It's, you know. I need what you're talking. Yeah, lots. All right, brother. Take care. Asta. I have to disengage. I think we can go for a walk. Oh, so this is behind the scenes. So this is one. These are my Bulldog knives right here. Beautiful set of stag knives here. And what I've done, this is some of my collection, but I've actually moved some of my collection into separate boxes, cigar boxes. I'm kind of fond of that for some reason. Beautiful. Look at that. I believe that's bone or stag. I think that's stag. Just gorgeous. Some really nice stuff going on. Beautiful pearl knives. There's that Bruckman. I got a few Bruckman over there too. So yeah, it's my tile job too. You know, I'll go up here. That's it. That's what I do. I work on my house. So, right by the mountains, California mountains. That's my neighbor's wall. I did the first portion, the beautiful portion that's stuccoed white. Yeah, I think I'll stucco his side or my side. So. Still got a landscape, but I gotta do sprinklers, I gotta do lights. You know, at nighttime that looks nice. So, oh, and then my Lon Humphrey set. Look at those. Those are Lon Humphrey's knives. And then Wild Bill. Yeah, I'm like related to him. All right. Gotta go, guys. See y'all later.